Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this video lesson about the French Revolution. I am Miss Jennifer Blank, and I will be your guide on this journey. This is part 3 of 4 video lessons, and in this lesson, we're going to talk about the French Revolution itself. All right, so here's a timeline. So French Revolution, 1789, that's when it breaks out. So 1789 is one of those dates that you must memorize and remember. Okay, 1789, must remember it, very important. So the National Assembly takes place between 1789 and 1791. You then have a meeting of the Estates General in May 5th. The tennis court oath is taken on June 20th. You have the fall of the Bastille on July 14th. All right, so this is like, things are happening very, very quickly. The Great Fear takes place during that summer. You have the abolition of feudalism by August 4th, Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen on August 26th, and then the Women's March to Versailles happens between October 5th and 6th. All right, so the Civil Constitution of the Clergy was produced July 12, 1790. You have the Flight of the King in 1791. That's in June. Declaration of the Philnitz. That's August 27th, also 1791. Legislative Assembly meets from 91 to 92. France declares war on Austria. Brilliant move. April 20th in 1792. You have the attack of the Royal Palace on August 10th. The National Convention happens between 1792 and 1795. You can kind of liken it to the Constitutional Convention of the United States, okay? You have the official abolition of the monarchy on September 21st, 1792. All right, so we have the execution of the king in 1793 on January 21st, early in that year. Universal mobilization of the nation happens August 23rd. Execution of Robespierre happens July 28th in 1794. Then you have the reign of the Directory from 1795 to 1799. And the Constitution of 1795 was produced and put into practice August 22nd, 1795. And then, of course, Napoleon will come shortly after the Directory, right? Actually, sort of during it, but that's another video lesson. We'll get to that. All right, so Estates General to National Assembly, how did we get there? So we had a terrible economy in France at this time, so we had to call the Estates General and figure out how to deal with it. The Estates General, in there, all 3 estates are represented. The first and second estate had 300 representatives each, and the third had 600 representatives each. However, problems with voting were significant, all right? So you could vote by order or you could vote by head. So if you voted by order, each order could veto the vote of the other. So if the first and second estates voted together, the third estate is totally screwed. If you vote by head, each person casts his own vote and it's simple majority rules. But take a guess on how often voting by head occurred. Yeah, not that often. Voting by order was the order of the day, and this was part of the reasons for the French Revolution in the first place. Lola, Mommy is recording a video lesson. Please be quiet. Sorry. All right, comprehension check. Which estate preferred voting by order, and which estate preferred voting by head? You should be able to answer this question. Yes? All right. Okay, let me move my camera back down. All right, so now, States General to National Assembly continued. All right, so radicals, they wanted to overthrow the king. They were a minority of delegates. They were like, let's do this and let's do this now. There's no time to waste. We got to go, 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 right? The conservatives wanted to reform the current system without overthrowing the king. They believed that was too much change, too fast. That was a majority of delegates. The third estate called a National Assembly and created a constitution because they were sick of getting, left behind, shall we say, by the other 2 estates. The third estate did not have the authority to call a National Assembly, but they did it anyway. So they shut up to vote and were locked out. So therefore, they went to a nearby tennis court. They swore an oath to meet until a constitution was produced. All right, that's the tennis court oath was done by members of the third estate, most notably the bourgeoisie, right? So this is the second step of the French Revolution. So the first step was the third estate said, forget you guys. I've had it. I'm over it. We're calling a National Assembly. Everybody said, no, you can't do that. You don't have the authority. So they said, fine, then we'll just go over here to this tennis court and swear this oath and produce a constitution anyway, right? So first step, National Assembly. Second step, tennis court oath. Got it? Good. All right. So here we have a painting. Lola, quiet. We have a painting discussing or showcasing this tennis court oath. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to just make some notes. What do you see in this painting? What kind of emotions are conveyed in this piece? How does this reflect the history that's happening at the time? Okay, so I want you to get to record some observations about what you see in this piece. All right, that is the end of part 3. I will see you in our final part, part 4, and I hope you learned what you needed to. I'll see you soon.